Hello, and thank you for viewing. I am Tony with Informed Citizen Brigade, and I'm here to inform you today that we live in a matrix. A matrix being a created reality that was created by a group of super wealthy and powerful elites to control every aspect of our lives. They don't control us directly, they control everything that we do in life. For example, the 40-hour work week, massive debt from housing, college, cars, all of the laws, all of the regulations, all the freedoms that we have are controlled by these creators. But we work to pay these creators because they were the ones that made our reality. They were the ones that made our society, right? So they made it, therefore they profit. And they're also the ones that run our government and our world. Now, I want you to imagine something. Imagine that you have a machine that you can suction the fat out of every human, right? Just suction the fat out and then use that fat to power our electronics. Imagine this. So basically, we're using our own selves to power the things that plug us into the matrix. That would literally be, identical to the movie The Matrix. Just think about it. We power our means of being plugged into the matrix. The only difference between our reality and the matrix, the movie, is we choose to be plugged in. We choose to pick up our smartphones. We choose to get on our computers. We choose to be plugged into the matrix. We also can choose to unplug, right? Anytime. We can just set down our electronics, walk outside, go for a hike, go for a swim, do whatever. Be one with nature. Be more naturalistic, right? Be more naturalistic, one with nature. But we choose to sit inside or sit outside, wherever, and be on our smartphones, right? So imagine this. So I have to ask one thing, right? One thing is this: who gains from us being on our smartphones, on our computers all the time? Who gains? Who gains from this? And those are the ones responsible for this, right? Those are the ones. This is how it came to the conclusion that the super powerful and the wealthy want us to be plugged in. They want us to be controlled through our electronics and through our debt-based society, right? Without debt and without electronics, we would be free. We would be able to be one with nature. We would be able to go outside more and interact with nature more. But we would also give up the society that they created. So it's a trade off, right? We get a society built on technology and advancements and longer, healthier lives in exchange for a controlled matrix, right? So we choose to be in the matrix by being part of society. So you have to think about this, right? They can only, the small group of creators that made the matrix that control everything in our lives, they can only maintain control as long as we give them control, as long as we work, as long as we buy things, as long as we maintain our electronics or buy the newest, latest, and greatest everything, right? That's the only way they make money, if we spend money. So if you want to break out of the matrix, you just stop buying things, right? You actually save money and then you get out of debt. Then you're free. Free to travel, do whatever you want, right? You can retire, do whatever. Then you're now no longer plugged into the matrix at that point. All right, so just think about this. If you don't like the reality that they've created, that the creators have created for us, you have to change what's going into your mind. You have to stop watching TV, stop interacting with social media, stop watching Netflix or whatever, and then change your reality, change your perception of reality by changing what goes into your mind. Read books, interact with healthy, natural environments, right? The healthier and the more natural your environment is, the healthier and more natural you will be, right? So if you change what goes in your mind, you change your reality, you change your perception of reality, and then you control your own matrix, your own mind, right? So what it comes down to is, and what I want people to understand is, We don't live in a matrix in the sense that we're physically controlled. We're mentally in a matrix, right? Our minds are being manipulated through advertisements, through propaganda, through lies, deception, deceit, through changing of our freedoms or stripping of our freedoms, amending the Constitution and stuff like that, changing the way the matrix was made, right? So, if you don't like the life that we have here, anyone can change it. Right? You can just leave this matrix and go to another one. Right? Go to another society. Change the creators, change your controllers. Right? You can change. You can change. If you don't like your outcome, change your inputs. Right? Change who controls you. Right? And then you will control your outcome. Because the only person in life you can control is yourself. Trust yourself. Find what you really want to do in life and do it. Then you will find true happiness. You will not find happiness in chasing down the matrix or plugging into the matrix. You'll never find true happiness. Find momentary happiness. But it's fleeting because once you find that happiness, you will want more happiness. You will want more likes, more friends, more of everything, right? And the thing about it is you can never be satiated. You can never be truly happy with always consuming because you always have to consume to be happy at that point, right? And at some point you will overconsume and it will lead to darkness, lead to unhappiness, depression, so forth. So if we consume healthily, if we become more with nature and seek happy, healthy lives, then we can lead happier, healthier lives, right? And that's my biggest point is we can control our own reality by controlling what goes into our minds. And that's what I want to say. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again.